Hey everyone, welcome to Overbudget Edition, second round of season 14. With me, I have Shane, my buddy. How's it going, Shane?
Great yourself.
Doing amazing, doing amazing. I hope this show will get through. Unlike the first one, that the jam early for my good computer.
That was a shame. Everyone missed out, but well, that's life.
Yeah, it is live, but we are here for the second round, and that's what matters right now. All right, so briefly, what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a quick recap of the first round for you guys. We're gonna start with the East. So between the Rangers and Detroit, Detroit advance to the second round. So do you have some stats a little bit on that series for me, Mr.
Well, I
Shane?
I didn't prepare any stats this time because it would have been too long, but I
Uh
can
huh.
just look it up quick, real fast.
Right.
So from the looks of it, is that the Red Wings won it 4-0. They didn't lose one single game.
Well,
First game going, winning 4-2. Second game going 3-2. Third game going 6-3, and the fourth game going 5-2. When I roughly looked before, the Red Wings just looked dominating on paper, except for the first game where they won 4-2. Surprisingly, the Rangers had 9 minutes time on attack compared to 4:46, and 16 shots compared to 8. But still, somehow the Red Wings managed to win it 4-2. So I don't know what happened there exactly. I didn't watch the game, but they must have just capitalized on all their chances, whereas the Rangers were just throwing the puck low and trying different stuff to get through Detroit's defense.
yeah. And apparently, during that series, there was some controversy with some players. I won't name names. No, I'm kidding. I will name names.
Do it. Do it.
They had problems with Goudreau, who didn't want to play with a certain partner, and it was like BS. So, yeah, it's what Joe told me. So,
Well, me from knowing Goudreau,
yeah.
like played a couple games. Him, Francine, Tech, they're really good friends. So I'm assuming he really wanted to play with Tech. He wanted to play center, most likely with Tech on the right wing, maybe with Francine on the left wing. So maybe it's not. It wasn't about the other player, but he just wanted to play with his the guy who he plays all the time with, which is Tech.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, Joe wasn't happy with that, but it's thing that happened, and you have to take care of business. And sadly for them, they couldn't take care of business, and they got swept. So that's for that series. So now on to the next series, which is
Well, hold on. Do you
oh
remember our predictions for this round?
yeah, of course. Well, we both said actually. I said the Rangers, and you said Detroit. I said the Rangers in 6, and you said Detroit in 5. So you were correct.
Like I said, I had confidence. I thought Rangers were gonna put up a fight, which they did. But I guess locker room problems just overcame the chemistry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, sometimes those things that can kill a series, and unfortunately for the Rangers, it's exactly what happened. So,
Exactly.
so on to the next series, Toronto versus Florida. Now that's a good one. That must have been a great series stat wise. Me personally, I have a good friend in that team. Skills, he said, well, we can take on the Leafs. Like we did well against them during the season, and I believe we can take them on. So and he was correct because they won 4-2, I believe.
Well, I
And
basically went for the Panthers in my guess. If you remember that, you were like, "Oh, you're going for the upset." Yeah,
yeah,
because we're doing the statistics,
yeah,
how the Panthers won all their 3 or 4 games in season versus the Maple Leafs, and they dominated them. For sure, roster changes, but they were my guess, and I was correct. I didn't think it was going to be.
and I was wrong because I picked Toronto. Just so like, oh, I think I just like to contradict my friend, but yeah, they surprised me because I thought that it would be in 7, even though it was in 6, but the games went pretty well. Do you have the stats of that series?
I didn't really look at the stats. From what I can see right now, is that the Leafs won it. Florida won it 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of the games being won in overtime.
Yeah.
I'm going to mention a bit after what happened. But for the first game, the Panthers won 3-1. The second game, the Leafs won it 3-1. Third game, the Leafs won it 3-2. Then the Panthers came back to tie it up with an overtime win. Then Panthers 5-0 versus the Maple Leafs, which must have been a big turning point. And then they
Yeah.
finished it off with a 4-1 win.
All right. So yeah, basically, congrats to the Panthers. Congrats to my friend, and to my good old friend Skizzy. But they will have their hands pretty full with Detroit.
Well,
Um,
if there's one underdog team that I would say could go farther than expected, it would be the Panthers.
yeah, for
They
sure.
they have a lot of chemistry. Their forecheck is amazing, and in this game, forecheck is crucial. So if they keep up the good forecheck, and I know they relied on Corsi a lot. He played amazing that series. If they keep it up, who's there to? I don't think no one's gonna be able to stop them.
How many games did the Corsi played that series? Do you know?
I can look real fast. Give me a second. I'm assuming he must have played at least four. So
He played on the 5-0 win. He played.
the site's not the fastest for loading. Okay, so game one.
He played on the last two games, so that's two games already.
uh,
So on the 4-1 and the 5-0, and
two,
three. Oh, he played a lot.
three,
So the last three
four.
games he did play.
I think he played 4 games.
Yeah, that's good. All
Yeah.
right. So Corsi needs to play because I know Corsi is a very good player, amazing vision. I know that his availability during the season was pretty bad because I know at one point that we were after him, but he couldn't tell us his availability. And well, I'm glad that for Florida that he's playing because he's a key player. Oh, by the way, Shane, you did ask who was the MVP of each series. So what was the
Well,
MVP of the first series
for the first series,
of Detroit and the Rangers for Detroit?
I don't. Detroit didn't answer me, unfortunately.
Okay, so if you had to pick an MVP on that team,
From what I saw when I just briefly looked through it, for the first 2 games, I know I saw Lindy and Jay Scott with
okay,
about 3 points each. I don't know, but if I had to guess, I would say it'd have to be Lindy. Guy's a
okay,
solid player. He plays often. He puts points up. But I know if I would ask him, he would for sure not say himself. But I don't know.
all right. And who was the MVP for Florida? Did they give you an answer?
Yeah, for Florida, they said Corsi because of
Okay.
his dominance in forechecking and his ability to score clutch goals. And apparently, he has a nick for finding the open man for passes, which I think is a requirement just to be decent at it. But apparently, he's better at it. So for them, it was Corsi, definitely. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I've played a little bit with Corsi. He's an amazing player. Very good vision. Responsible. Good forecheck. He's a complete player. He's a player that you want on your team for sure. All
Yeah, I
right.
think it's a bit sketchy. I think that he put just goalie for as a player status,
Yeah.
but that's another story. I know if it was up to me, I think there should be rules implemented for things like that. But oh well.
Well, at the beginning of the year, he just wanted to play goalie. He wanted to play goalie, but they forced him out of the net because he's so good as a center. All
Maybe.
right. So then the last series that we had was Pittsburgh against Carolina.
Hmm.
This wasn't a surprise. We both said that Carolina would prevail.
But once
Um,
again, I think I remember from every time like the season, I think Penguins won all their matches, if I recall properly.
yeah, yeah. So it was not a big surprise. And how about those stats, Shane?
The stats, I could see I could see a couple close games. There was 2 overtime games in that series.
Yep.
The first one, the Pens took it 3-2 in overtime. They won it. Second game, Hurricanes came back for a 3-2 win. Third game, Penguins retaliated with a 3-1 win.
Hmm.
Uh, the fourth game, Hurricanes 6-2
Yep.
which was pretty much a blowout. So I think at that point it was pretty tight. And then the Hurricanes won 3-2 in overtime. I think that must have been a big win because he came back to finish it off the next game for 6-2.
Yeah, I would say that Carolina is now my personal favorite to go to the finals now that Washington has been disqualified in the first round. I really like that team. They play a ton together.
Yeah,
They are skilled. They went on a crazy 22 winning game winning streak.
that's right.
That's 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 a lot of skills. So I think that would be my favorite right now to go in the finals. So
Well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, like, I don't want to discredit the Penguins, but the Penguins fought hard and they took them far.
yeah,
Um, for the next matches,
well, it was close
they are,
games.
they are playing the Flyers though, right?
Yeah.
Which they're going in there cold. Like the Flyers, they got to buy. Have they been practicing? I doubt it. Like
Hmm.
I honestly doubt it. Like I have still some of my friends. I don't see him playing that much NHL, so I don't know. I think Hurricane is gonna pretty much dominate the Flyers
Yeah, I think that the first games are gonna be lopsided on the in favor of Carolina. Then I
for sure.
think that Philadelphia will try to like fight back. So yeah, I
We'll,
see
we'll talk about that after. But
exactly,
as far
exactly.
as Eastern Conference finals, we'll talk about that after.
All right, so let's go on
Well,
to
hold on. For Carolina,
yes,
their
yeah.
MVP they said was Oilfield Trash. He came up
Okay.
with some huge saves at pivotal points in the game, and he basically gave him a chance to win all 5 games played that he actually played in. So
Yeah. Well, great performance, and thanks to him, they are true because you need good goaltending, especially in the playoffs. It can make
a huge
all
difference
the difference. Yeah.
for sure.
All right, you can steal a series or you can lose a series with your goaltending.
You guys didn't know what to do, who to put in goalie most of the games next round.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, so on the west side now, so the Jets versus Las Vegas.
Well, as I predicted, I said
Yeah,
Winnipeg was gonna sweep it.
I said in five, so yeah, close.
Yeah,
And if I look at the games, I think that they were closer, and than I thought. But apparently, they didn't play their top line for the first 3 games, and I don't know what happened. But when I spoke to Matt Kino, who's a good friend of mine, they said they didn't play their best lineup in the first 3 games. I don't know
that's
what
right.
happened. Yeah.
That's what. Well, actually, that's. I think that's what I think Bob Ross told me a bit about it. He said for the first few games they had Toasty on left wing,
Oh yeah.
and they said that's not the main left wing. Not to discredit him,
Mhm.
but I'll say this right now. Said on it, they actually said Toasty was their MVP. They said he stepped up on left wing. He's a depth player, but he played like a first line. He made great passes and found the back of the net frequently. So
So Toasty was the MVP of the
that's who
Jets.
that's who he nominated, yeah, because he stepped up
Wow.
when he wasn't in proper left wing. So I think that's a reason why Winnipeg is going to take it. I think all the way is because they have a good amount of depth player that can play on the first or second line, and it's hard to tell the difference, you know. So
Well,
we'll see how he juggles the lines.
yeah, I'm glad for Toasty. He's a good friend of mine. We played a lot club together, and wow, to go to be the MVP, he must have had a crazy good series, and good for you, buddy. All right, so yeah, I'm surprised that they nominated the Toasty when you have Matt, but eh.
Well, maybe he just wanted to be humble. You only want to give it credit where it's due.
Yeah,
Matt's Matt, right?
yeah.
You can't finish on the leaderboards everywhere and expect him to play like super bad. So,
All right. So on to the next
well,
series.
as for
Oh, go ahead.
the stats, they swept them. First game,
Yeah.
the Jets won it 4-2. Second game, 5-2. The Jets won it. Third game, it was an overtime goal.
Mhm.
Jets won it.
Mhm.
I'm actually curious to see who scored the overtime goal though.
Let's go
And
and take a
the
look at
fourth
it.
game, the Jets took it 4-2.
I'll let you
What?
know right now who scored the game-winning goal. It's insane.
It's insane hellfire.
Yeah.
So I think that made a big difference, and it made put more confidence in going to game 4. So congrats on Insane on scoring that overtime goal. It's much needed.
Yeah. All right. And the last game was 4-2, like you said. Perfect, perfect. All right, so we're on track. So the next series was Colorado versus Dallas. A very
I'll let
good,
you know speaking on this one.
yeah, very interesting series. The first two games, we didn't play our main lineup because,
Is there a
well,
reason for that?
it's because Jay couldn't make it in the first night. He had like personal stuff to do, so that's
Okay.
fine. So we played the games. We put in a good lineup. Like any lineup that we put will be decent. The lineup that we put was Self, Smoke, and Ninja as a forward, and it went well. But the goalie, my God, the goalie was amazing on those first two games. And I rewatched the other day the stream, the games on the stream, man. Wow, it was a close game. We
Who was
did.
the goalie?
I'll let you know right now.
I'm looking at it. Schwartz,
Yeah,
obviously.
it was Schwartz. Yeah, yeah. He basically stole the first game, and the second game he did pretty well. But Dallas played us better on the second game, even though like we did score that time. And then after that, well, we said, okay, well, hello, Jay. And then like we
It
they
makes a
just
big difference. I played against him in my LG playoffs, and the guy's a hell of a player. He makes the hugest difference.
yeah. If you can have Jay and Ninja together, I think we have a very probably one of the top wingers in the wingers combo in the
Well,
league.
I think you're gonna have to keep them together for the big games, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, for sure.
it
And
depend on how you do your lineups.
yeah, and he played tremendously well. We never lost with Jay in the lineup, so it was a huge difference. The third game, well, they scored 12-2. I guess it was their bad lineup. The fourth game was 3-2 win. The fifth game was a 10-3 win, and the last game we put it away without Jay. It was my good old friend Sticky on the left wing this one,
Oh,
but
you went without Jay, eh?
yeah, because he couldn't make it for the first game. So if you were gonna hit the game seven, he was gonna play.
Oh, I hope
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and but sometimes life happens. It's not a big deal. So and we won. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, it was a very good series. Uh, Nobody gave enough credit to Dallas. I think that they played very well, especially the second game. That was their best game. They dominated us, and yeah, good series, and good luck in for next season. I enjoyed that series. All right, the MVP for our team. If I had one MVP, I would say
Yeah, I didn't ask you because I wanted you to say it live, but
I would. It's hard to say because like Jay didn't play, but Jay was the MVP when he played.
well, from what I see, from two games that he's in, they were two games of of 10 plus goals.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. So I have no choice to give it to Jay. And but our team obviously Arctic is always the MVP. It's hard to name just one guy, but if I have one guy to name, it would be Jay, and Ninja for all the games. Yeah, so both of our wingers, they did amazing. All right, so Jay is my MVP. Make it nice and simple.
there you go.
All right, so there you go. So next series was Arizona versus LA. Now that there was a lot of controversy in that series.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
I'm not too sure if I know what I'm talking about, but I think is it GGK that they didn't play two games because he didn't play his game, so they had to play him.
Yeah,
Hence
yeah,
why they lost. They had to force forfeit two games.
yeah, and GGK actually is GGK actually saved the series because if GGK didn't play the fifth game, it would have been a complete forfeit. So he showed up and he did well, and it's a good thing because Stamkos on their team thought that the series was over, so they couldn't they couldn't even like talk to him. Like he was missing in action, and they were freaking out on the fifth game. So GGK did save the series
Well,
by showing up,
no,
and yeah,
double-edged sword.
yeah. So let's hope that they can get their roster together. Apparently, Caramel didn't put a legal roster because like he put players that they shouldn't have, and yeah, so now they kicked Caramel out.
You think they're gonna
Uh,
bring him back in 2 seasons, or?
I don't know. I really don't know. Right now I know that it's Bjorn that is the captain, and
Yep.
let's so they'll roll with that. It would have been funny because like it was LA never won a match, but they were ahead. So it was kind of silly, but hey, they prevailed and the better team won. I'm happy about that. I'm never happy to see like a forfeit of a good team because like of bad management or mistakes that the management make or shit that happens. You never want to go out like that. You want to get
I,
out
I think
because you get
it's,
defeated.
it's been a season uh, forced forfeits and giving up and management issues. It's been a bad season for them.
Yeah, well, it's all about the management, right? Like,
Yeah.
and how you manage your team. You have to. The most important part for a manager, I will say that, is pick your players. Like, make sure that you don't have troublesome players. But it's so easy to say. And when you see there's a problem, there's drama, you don't want to deal with it. Just like get rid of the problem right away, and do the
I think,
best you
but,
can.
but I think the staff crew of VG did a pretty good job and stepped up in a short period of time to get all accelerated. And kudos to Woy and Bjorge for stepping up when it
Yep,
was time.
yep, 100%.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, go on.
so who was the MVP of
Well,
of
I'll
last week?
I'll start with the scores.
Yep,
Uh, Give me just a second.
no problem. I can go with the score. Meanwhile, if you want,
Okay,
I'll
so
put them right up.
first game the Coyotes won 6-0. You there?
Yep.
Okay. Second game it was the Coyotes. They won it 3-2 overtime.
Mm-hmm. Then
Um,
the three forfeits.
the three forfeits,
Yep.
and then
OT OT.
exactly the Coyotes won 2-1 overtime, and the Coyotes won 4-3 overtime. Lots of overtime.
Wow.
Um, must have been Kings did better than I thought they were going to do. Minus that they lost all those games. They were close games, and I give them credit for that.
They were close games and they did fought, except for the first game. But yeah, LA is not a bad team, and those games could have gone either way. And they were they were leading the series because of forfeits. And wow, kudos to Phoenix to not give up when that bullshit happens. And yeah, kudos, you won. Congrats. So who
Uh,
was the MVP?
for the MVP, well, I started talking to Way a bit, and he didn't want to give it to someone specific. He said the whole team,
Yeah, yeah,
but
that's what
eventually he
happens.
gave in, and he actually gave the longest one. He said kudos to Stamkos and Bardown for finally staying onside in the final minute of Game 7. Sabo and Jimmy for shutting it down and not using enforcers, even though they still had like 10 hits each game.
Mhm.
Balaki for like that one save he made that one time.
Yeah,
GGK for showing up. Carmel for getting banned, allowing us to have Cap and to call Stamkos back up. And Bjork for getting forced into management role once again, though he didn't want it.
yeah. All right.
Uh,
Did he add like one name?
Special shout out to the consensus MVP after discussion to Sobo for one going into work late to play Game 7 and keeping that team guy to 1 point per game. So leave it to Sobo.
Wow. All right. So it was a whole team effort. Well, it's always is, but
Yeah,
especially when that kind of thing happened, you have to like thank the people who played
words
and
fair.
participated. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. So it's gonna be nice in the next round with the lineup.
All right. So now it's time. Oh, and we both
Oh,
predicted the Phoenix on that one.
oh for sure.
All right, and now it's time for the best series of the first round,
I would agree. I would agree.
without a doubt. And we both said that that would be the one.
Yeah, we did, but
and
I think we were both wrong though on our predictions.
we were both. I said Vancouver, so I know I was wrong.
Yeah, I said Vancouver in 7.
Yeah, I said Vancouver in 7 also. So
That's
we
right.
were both wrong. So I don't have a good batting average in the first round. Let's see. I have like one, two, three. Yeah, I have three correct. Four correct. All right, so half and half. Not bad, I guess. All right, so for this three, since it was the best series of the first round, we'll watch together what happened in in that overtime of Game 7. That's crazy, and I watched that game during the night, even though I was playing, and wow, that was a close game. So yeah, let's run it right now. So this is the overtime.
Yeah.
Shane, you don't see it, but I give you a timestamp. So I started the game right now,
Okay.
and basically we're watching the all overtime together. And something major is gonna happen very soon. The penalty at 19 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Right now it's trouble. They must say like, "Oh crap, we need to kill that." And something even worse is about to happen very soon. They're gonna have another penalty very soon, right there. What a shot and what a save! That goalie like kept that in, and he did amazing. The goalie was great.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
Calgary was dominating. Right there is the 5-on-3 penalty, and now they are in trouble, big trouble. So now they have IP on defense. They have Kate, I think, and someone else was playing. I didn't saw the name, but it's okay. And the goal is about to happen. Oh, there was an offside. Everybody on the stream was like, shoot the puck, shoot the puck. And they
Yeah.
went shooting. They were just like, keep passing back and forth.
Oh,
And
they were trying to be perfect, and I think it paid off in the end.
yeah, it paid off. But there, he's moving, trying again, like with someone right in front of the goalie. He went for the perfect pass, didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal was a broken play. Tried to deflect there. Now it's a whistle. 36 second left at the power play. They almost did the impossible of killing a huge penalty kill in the overtime. Kate misses the law to kill to take out the puck, and that's it. Game over.
Yeah.
Close the books.
Old,
Oh
old
my.
Toronto finishes it.
Yeah. And so that's what happened. That's very unfortunate for Kate that she missed her lob. It did kind of the goalie, and it slowed everything down. And yeah, that's it. That was the game. That was checkmate. All right,
It was a
so
big thing. I think some people were sweating that game.
yeah. Well, I was sweating, and I wasn't even playing.
Why were you busy playing your 10 to 6 game?
I was busy playing like a VG Club game, but
Okay.
it's but I was looking at it on the side, and I was like, wow. I personally I was hoping that Vancouver would win because I was looking at Calgary play, and I think they played amazing. I think that they are a very good team. Like the way that they play, very impressed me, and kudos to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go on with the predictions.
Well,
We all
let me
right.
just see the scores.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
First one, yeah. So the
Yeah, of
Canucks won
course.
the first one 4-2. Then the Canucks won the second one 3-2. Flames came back to 2-0 in the third game. Won the fourth game 5-2. Then the Flames won again 6-2 for the next game.
Yeah.
Canucks came back, winning it 3-2 in overtime. And the Flames, as we just watched, won it 5-4 in overtime.
What a crazy series.
Yeah, back and forth.
Crazy series. And the Twitch captures all the last three games. So and those
Yeah.
are really fun games to watch if you want to see a good recap. You can
Mm-hmm.
go onto it's Schroyer's 69's stream. SCHROYER 69. Look it up. It's a good show if you have nothing to do for an hour and a half. You'll see those last three games. Very exciting hockey. All right. So
As far as MVP,
yeah.
uh, he co-MVP'd Akon and Schroyer.
Mm-hmm.
He said it's hard to choose between them. Both are leaders and show up for every game, and they both produce the offense and run them through. And yeah, they just produced a fully offense, which I'm surprised. I remember when I played last season, LG Schroyer was actually, I think, a defense.
Mm-hmm.
For him to be that good as a forward, well, kudos, hats off to him. And he said he has a special shout out to Full Throttle for the clutch overtime winner in Game 7. So
Awesome. All
that's all.
right. All right. So we're gonna go into the second round. The predictions now for the second round. So Detroit, Florida. Very good matchup. Well, it's kind of a surprise to some that Florida made it, but obviously not to you,
Well,
because
I'm not surprised. They're underrated, and
yeah,
honestly, they
yeah.
have good chemistry. They forecheck hard, and it's for that reason that I'm gonna go for Florida Panthers taking it in 6.
Wow,
Yeah,
really another one, eh? So
yeah,
they're gonna take on the champs. They're
yeah.
gonna dethrone the champs. No more Detroit.
Hey, they made it this far at least, you know. So
Yeah, it's always hard to bet against the champs,
it
but I
is.
think Detroit are extremely reliable on their offense, and as soon as they have like they are one goal behind, they say screw the defense and just like go rah all offense, and that can open up a ton of like 3-on-1s and odd man rush,
Yeah,
and you can get burned easily like that. And
but if they play a team with a good forecheck and just maybe a running gun play, maybe come back to bite them. So it'll be entertaining to watch. I think I think people will be surprised.
if Florida plays the run and gun style, they're gonna get destroyed because Detroit are run and gun. They are the one. They are the best run and gun team.
The better running gun
Yeah.
teams.
So they need to play like transition and turnovers. So basically, like you box them, you wait until like they force something, they go at the point, they make a mistake, and then you go up on a 3-on-1. That's the way to beat Detroit. If they're gonna run and gun against that team, you're gonna lose. So they really need to know their role. Keep the position. Like Detroit, they can have all the position they want, and just wait for your opportunity and bang on your opportunity. That will be key for that series. So you say Florida. I
I
would.
say that.
You say Florida in 6.
Mm-hmm.
I say just for the fun of it. I'll say Florida in 6 also. So
Oh, you're going for Florida also.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. At least I won't be worse than you next time. The prediction.
Okay, you're playing me. You're not playing the others
No,
here.
no. But
Okay.
you're right. I think that well, in my opinion, Toronto is a tougher team to beat than Detroit. Um, just
Well,
because
I would
the
I would disagree on that, but
I a run and gun team. I guess against like our
they're not
style,
just running gun. They know how to possess a puck too. Like let's see.
they are an amazing position team. They are the best, but their defense is it's too offensive, you know. And
Well, it's been working.
they won a cup, right? And I didn't win a cup, so they obviously know something that I don't.
Yep.
But I think that Florida could take them. Yeah, so I'm gonna say in 7, Florida in 7. Next time I'll do the first one so that I don't copy you. Okay.
All right.
So Philadelphia versus Carolina. Well, if I go with what I said earlier, I will pick Carolina. I will pick Carolina in 5.
I'm there with you on the same one.
In 5.
Yep.
All right. It's all a matter of like how good will they be out of the gate, Philadelphia. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure that the first 2 games are going to be extremely hard on them because Carolina play a lot together. They are ready for it. They are amped. They are pumped. Philadelphia, will Big Yan make a difference? Is he good enough to make a difference? Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he's a key player. He needs to play all the games for them to have a shot. But I don't know. Like they haven't played a lot lately, and Carolina have been running on all cylinders. They came out on a good series versus Pittsburgh. I think that they're gonna take it in 5.
Who? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Carolina,
Carolina. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We both agree on that.
Yes. So then on the west side, I'm gonna start with my series.
Okay,
The
sure, go ahead.
Jets versus Colorado. Listen, okay, let's be real here. Let's be realistic. Okay, you have the best player of the league on one team. Okay, Matt Kino. He's a he's a deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is so good. Okay, unfortunately for him, he's playing on my side.
Oh, you're calling him out, eh?
I am calling him out.
I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the series, see how much you shut him down. Because if Makino still puts up mad points on your side,
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes,
gonna
yes.
expect a budget show with an apology.
I will apologize.
Okay, okay.
But I'm ready for the challenge. I know him. He's a very good player, but it's not just Matt. It's insane. Insane like
Well, same,
great
same thing could
center.
apply for your team. It's not just Jay, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
When Jay's not there,
Well, guess what? We have Ninja and we have Smoke. So it's
yeah,
all about chemistry. I
yeah,
think here's the bottom line, right? The Jets have the best offense. Okay, I cannot say anything against that. They have the best offense in the league. They've been playing together for 3 seasons. They know each other. They know what they're gonna eat in the morning. They know what they're gonna eat for dinner.
they
Hey, how's
snack
it
at each
going?
other.
They know all their kids' names. They know their wife. They know their girlfriends. They know their mistresses. They know each other. All right, for 3 seasons, you cannot have a better chemistry than that team.
Agreed.
But
But
here's the big but. Okay, I think that our offense kind of match up very well. If you put Jay and Ninja together, and then you put Smoke, who's an amazing center, defensive center, who completes the pass to those wingers. I think that we have a shot offensively. Offensively, we have a shot because the last 2 games that we played them, we did control the play, and the first 2 games of the season didn't really count because we didn't have our team, right? We didn't
Mhm.
have our team that we have at the moment. So here's the thing: do they have Ardic, the Norris winner at defense? No. Do they have Fox presentation at defense? No. So that's the line right there. It's gonna be defense against offense, and normally defense will prevail in those kind of matchups.
Even in NHL 18.
Especially in NHL 18.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I have to say it's gonna be like our biggest challenge so far. We set up the club to face that club because we knew it was gonna come to in the second round. We knew from the get go that we were gonna face the Jets. We
Yeah,
knew it's not
for
a
sure,
surprise,
for
right?
sure.
So there you go. We're ready. The confrontation will happen. It's gonna be a fun one. I like the Jets because I've played with them like 3 seasons ago. I was the captain of Boss, and I know them all. And I wish them good luck, but not too much. All right. So what do you think? Who do you think that who's gonna win in that? What's your say on that
Well,
series?
as far as the series goes, I think it's gonna depend on the lineups. That's number one.
Yeah.
It depends who's gonna play what games.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be the biggest tic tac toe game. Is gonna be who are you gonna put what game versus what are they gonna put versus what game. I think it's gonna come down to that.
Yeah. I agree. It's gonna be the
That being,
matchup.
that being said, I'm gonna have to go with Winnipeg on this one.
All right. I like it.
I'm gonna have to go Winnipeg on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in Winnipeg, and I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna go in six.
Six. Eh? All right. That's good.
Just for the reason, just because of the ways, just because of the Dallas. Without Jay, you guys are skating on thin ice. So I'm gonna give it to Winnipeg on six.
All right. Okay. It's good to know. So you go for Jets in 6. I go for the Avs in 4. No, just kidding. And
Boom.
it's gonna be in 6.
All right, that's gonna
All
be
right.
good.
Yeah. And now the last series of the second round, the Yotes against Calgary. This is gonna be a fun one.
It's
I'll let you start with that one.
they're on paper they're two stacked teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a very interesting matchup all the way. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I think I'm going to give a big shout out to Vibes because he put together a solid roster this season.
Heck yeah.
Um, at the same time, Arizona they have to do last minute changes, whether it was with Carmel and bring it up as Stamkos, which I think was still a good move. But they basically got overtime games versus the Kings, right? So
Yeah.
I wonder how they're going to do versus a team like Calgary, which is ridiculously good.
Extremely good. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm impressed.
that being said, I'm gonna go for Calgary in 5.
Calgary in 5. Oh wow, a
Yeah.
quick one. Just
Yeah.
like take out the bandage. It won't
That's
hurt,
it.
right? Chic.
That's it.
Here it is. Well, I'm gonna repeat basically what you said. It depends on who they put in. Like if Arizona is gonna win, I think that they can. Uh, they're gonna need to put their best lineup every time, and their best lineup will need to beat Calgary's best lineup.
Yeah.
Roy is an amazing player, can carry the whole side. He's probably gonna play left wing, I guess. That series. So, yeah, just I'm gonna go with the team that I don't want to face for in the finals, right? So I wouldn't want to face Calgary. That's the team that I would not want to face.
Yeah.
So with that logic, I think that Calgary is gonna win. Um, Calgary in 6.
Calgary in 6.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So we basically agreed on most series except mine.
Yep.
So just to recap, we're almost done here, folks. So to recap, the second round, who's gonna go through between Detroit and Florida? Florida, we both agreed that are gonna go through. It's gonna be I said in
The
6.
surprise though is no one would have guessed that we would have went for
Yeah, it's crazy that we don't give the respect to the cut defender, but I think it's because of the style of play. I think
yep.
yeah,
Yep.
it's
That's what it comes down to.
yeah, and so the next one it's gonna be Philadelphia versus Carolina. We both said that Carolina will prevail. Great reason because Philadelphia didn't play. The only chance that Philadelphia has to win is if Big Yan brings his best series ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah, Carolina should go through Philadelphia quite easily. Next series, we disagree. I say that my team, maybe I'm a bias, but I really believe so. I think that we're gonna win in 6, and you
It's
think
not.
that the Winnipeg are gonna win in 6.
Yeah.
And I called out Matt, which is funny.
oh,
He's gonna let me know in Skype, that's
oh,
for sure.
we'll see.
And then finally, Calgary versus Arizona. Calgary will prevail because they impressed me. In those last 3 games, they always had the puck. They had a strong system. They played very well together. I think that they will prevail. So that's it, folks. Do you have anything else to add, my friend?
No, thank you for listening and to hearing my annoying voice, but this was fun.
All right, see you guys, and see you in the next round.